Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day as always. When you leave a like, when you leave a comment, or when you try to leave another comment, all of these things do help out with the channel. Hope you even leave a like for my horrible singing. Yes, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a little weird because for some reason there was something in the air the last 24 hours. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it's hit the cryptocurrency space. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. It says technical analysis. Ethereum reverses gains. Why Ether could dive below 1,000 US dollars. You all know exactly where this is heading. It says, will Bitcoin's price hit $18,000 in the coming hours? Jeez Louise, here are the levels to watch. Bitcoin and Ethereum approach a crucial juncture. Altcoins move lower. Yes. What did I say? That little weird relief rally that we had seemed a little bit odd. And I had figured that prices were going to move a smidge lower. We are currently at the discussion point as to if Bitcoin is going to hit $18,000 sometime today, and if Ethereum is going to go below $1,000. This is not, as always, not financial advice, but it appears as if prices are going to be moving lower simply because the rest of the world is already moving lower, and cryptocurrency as of now is following the same exact path as many other world markets. It appears as if we are on the cusp of a worldwide recession. Supply chains are breaking down. Countries are closing themselves off to other countries. Inflation is still rampantly raging across the entirety of the planet, and there seems to be no end in sight, at least for the near foreseeable future. At some point it will end, but probably not within the next 3 or 4 months or so. And as such, I'm certain if it doesn't happen, I'd be flabbergasted. However, I am looking forward myself to purchasing more digital assets once prices have moved lower. I do not believe we have hit the bottom of where prices are going to go. Once again, if this is your first bear winter market, this is what it looks like. Yeah, it's kind of this daily rundown in prices, and prices keep going lower, and you're like, okay, well, they have to stop now. And you wake up and you see they're down by 7%, and you're like, okay, well, it can't go down any further. And that's what a crypto winter is. So for those of you who've been here before, I'm sure there's like some agitation, but probably not as much as there was about 2 or 3 years ago, because you kind of understand how the game is played at this point. Also in the news, it says crypto markets have halted their free fall, but it could be just a quick breather before another leg down. Industry experts remain unfazed, however. Over the past 7 days, crypto markets have plunged a whopping 24%. Wow. Shedding $320 billion from total market cap. That figure, which encompasses all cryptocurrencies, fell to an 18-month low beneath $900 billion this week, marking a 70% down draw since November. We were just talking about the actual percentage. I believe it was yesterday. The massive sell-off has paused a little today as markets recuperated the $900 billion level, but all digital asset prices are still bleeding out on a macro scale. This is nothing new, however, since it happened in 2015. Again in 2018. Also, let us not forget the beginning of 2020, resulting in an 80% collapse in prices after a long, drawn-out period of consolidation known as the crypto winter. Yay! Leaders in the industry, though, have shrugged off the bear market, according to a CNN report on the 15th of June, claiming it is par for the course. Sure, why not? That's English. Yeah, it's not that I'm not concerned, but if this was my first time, I'd be like, oh boy, this is scary, but it keeps happening over and over and over and over. We just have really quick, weird market cycles. The general idea being stock markets typically, historically, have had a drawdown period or like a recession-like period every 7 to 8 years. I mean, if you kind of, do the general average, this is a weird exception because 2008, 2009 was fixed rather quickly and we still didn't go back down when we should have. However, the cryptocurrency market has like 2 to 3 year cycles, and that's kind of just where we are once again. So I don't really know what more to say, but this was also quite popular because all these polls have been taken and they're asking all these really rich people, like, are you scared about money? And they go, no, I know scared about money because crypto come back. That's not what they said, but I'm paraphrasing absolutely terribly. Also in the news, ta-da! For those of you who didn't catch my hint earlier, it said stock markets plunge after a flurry of interest rate hikes fuel recession fears. What? That's crazy. The global rout in stock markets, cryptocurrencies, and other risky assets has gathered pace amid growing concerns that out-of-control inflation, rising interest rates, and slowing growth could combine to tip the world into recession. Share prices fell in Asia on Friday at the beginning of what was likely to be another torrid day for investors spooked by the U.S. Federal Reserve's decision to raise interest rates by the largest margin for almost around 30 years. Yep, when they raised the when they raised the interest rates on, was it Wednesday? Oh gosh, time is flying by. On Wednesday, that day, we had a little bit of a relief rally across all markets because they were like, yeah, the worst is over, or they said that they were going to do what they planned on doing, and then they ended up doing it. All the prices went back up, but once again, do not forget, this is very important to keep into your mind. Hear me out here. The world is garbage right now. It seems like everything is kind of wrong at the exact same time. And even the problems we had in 2020 are still there. It appears that, from my reading of the news, is that world leaders do not know how to get inflation under control. And the way that they're going about doing it is simply scaring investors and scaring the stock market. Once again, that's not being the most important thing of a country, because I personally believe it should be helping your own citizens. But alas, maybe I am, just the different one here. Along with the dropping of the stock market, a lot of people are losing jobs. With the loss of jobs comes the risk of a recession, higher interest rates because people are not then taking out loans. But at some point, a lot of analysts are already predicting that the Federal Reserve will have to, without wanting to, stop everything that they're doing right now as far as the not the printing money. What's the other part that they're doing? Like raising interest rates and the not buying equities and stocks and securities and things like that. Because if things get too low, the larger people in charge will tell them, hey, this can't go on any further because we're losing money, blah, 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 blah. And then it kind of switches back to what it was. And they simply shrug and go, we tried. If you've never watched the video, there are thousands of them, of interviews of people who ran the stock exchanges, who ran, the banks and institutions and the Federal Reserve and all these other things back in 2008, 2009, when they first decided to turn on the money printer to save the stock market. These people are no longer in charge of these industries, but they asked them in interviews during 2012, 2013, 2014, why'd you do that? And they some of them actually just shrugged, and they were like, we didn't know what to do. We were just trying to save the market as best we could, so we decided to start printing more money. And I assume by the year 2030, the people who are in charge now are going to have interviews, and we'll be able to see that they will also shrug and go, we didn't know what we were doing, because they never, ever, 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 ever do. It says recession fears grow as the Dow closes below 30,000 points and mortgage rates spike. You get the idea. Yeah, that's all the price news, at least for right now. Prices appear to be down everywhere. We are it's still very early, so we are going to see what happens as the stock markets open today. I'm expecting more downtrend. Who knows? Just thought I'd tell you what's going on. Anyway, that's all the price news. I'm expecting personally a $600 to $800 Ethereum and Bitcoin 16, 17, 18,000. I mean, like really pushing down hard. I think it'll take a lot for us to get there, but the way that things are looking, it's not that far off. Yeah. That's all the price news. And without further ado, let's move on. Here we go. This is the most popular news story of the day. Elon Musk has been a fierce Dogecoin proponent for several years. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO has publicly stated his support for the cryptocurrency, allegedly because of its features and capacity to be fun. This has led Dogecoin to benefit from a massive surge in popularity as retail investors piled in on the so-called meme coin. This led Dogecoin to experience a rally from 10 cents to an all-time high near 75 cents as part of a Musk-led movement to push it to $1. Dogecoin bulls failed and retail suffered massive losses. According to a report from the New York Post, Musk and his companies could be facing consequences for their alleged participation in promoting Dogecoin. I told you the news was going to get weird. Keith Johnson, a failed Doge investor, filed a lawsuit against the entrepreneurs and his companies. The plaintiff claims that Musk allegedly defrauded people out of money by running a Dogecoin crypto pyramid scheme. Right. Johnson seeks to represent a class of people who have lost money in trading Dogecoin and investors with a similar case. According to the document filed with the New York court in Manhattan, it says defendants Musk, Tesla, SpaceX falsely and deceptively claim that Dogecoin is a legitimate investment when it has no value at all. Here we go. Johnson seeks a staggering $86 billion in damages. I assume that that's the actual number. Like, I think he's actually asking for $86 billion in damages. In addition to $172 billion for triple damages, and to prevent Musk from promoting Dogecoin, the meme coin is accepted as a form of payment to purchase SpaceX and Tesla merchandise. According to the New York Post, the plaintiff claims the following, and I quote, Dogecoin is not a currency, stock, or security. It is not backed by gold, other precious metal, or anything at all. You can't eat it, grow it, or wear it. It doesn't pay interest or dividend. It has no unique utility compared to other cryptocurrencies. It's not secured by a government or private entity. It's simply a fraud whereby greater fools are deceived into buying the coin at a higher price, end quote. Where do I begin? Like, where do I even start this path from everything I just read? This seems quite quite reminiscent of 2018. It's feeling 2018-ish. For those of you who were not here many moons ago, there was a situation where someone said something online and other people began to follow, and then stuff like this started taking place. Don't remember it? Well, here's what happened. Basically, a lot of people in 2017 had joined the cryptocurrency bandwagon because they believed it could make them instantaneous riches. At the beginning of 2017, the cryptocurrency market was known, but not well known. 1/10 of every person had heard about Bitcoin, But that was as far as they went. No one outside of crypto knew what an Ethereum was, knew what Ripple was, knew Cardano, Tron, all these other coins did not even yet exist. They were not a thing. We had many other coins like Vertcoin and WorldCoin and all these other things that blah, blah, blah. Cool. Amazing. By around October of 2017, a large amount of what they call retail investors, everyday average people, began to jump into the cryptocurrency market. Why? Because they began to hear on the news that this thing called Bitcoin that was $100 a couple of years ago was near $15,000. And people were like, what? That's absolutely crazy. I can't believe it. Litecoin went from, I think, $2 to a couple $100. Ethereum went from $8. It was floating around $800. Around this point, XRP had gone from 1 decimal point behind 1 cent, not even a cent, to around $1.50 or so, maybe over $1 somewhere around this point. Everyone was quite euphoric. Everyone was making tons of money. By the time we got to the end of 2017, here's where the kicker comes in. Bitcoin had hit, it was $19,998. Everyone was going completely insane. Tons of people were rushing into the market, but the issue was, at least in my view, is that these people rushed into the market at the kind of the climax, if you will, of where the market was going to go during that cycle. As prices began to fall, a number of people who had entered the market looking for a brand new, very quick, fast way to make money, because it was everywhere in the news. You all saw it, regardless if you were into crypto or not. All the people talking about Lambos, the new houses that they bought, the new pretty girlfriend that they found somewhere, and all these other really cool, amazing things that made everyone else think, I got to get into this market as well. As the market began to fall, and a lot of these people were very new to not only crypto, but also to finance, they began to go, hey, I just lost all my money. Part of the issue that the cryptocurrency space has is this really weird conundrum. If it's good, I'm good. If it's bad, I'm bad. Let me explain. When prices are going up, no one seems to care where the actual money is coming from. I told you this before with the Kevin O'Leary thing, where he was making allegedly making tons of money through some DeFi project. And then when the project began to collapse and fall apart and he lost the money, that's when he screamed out, regulations, and actually it happened. Like, we need regulations. I can't believe that this was allowed to happen. When people are making money from XRP or from Ethereum or from all these other coins, and things are looking good, and they see that brand new villa and that Lambo, in their sights, they don't care where. Don't forget BitConnect. Everyone knew exactly what that was. If you lie to yourself and say that you didn't, you're lying to yourself, because it totally looked fake. However, when prices are going down, people seem to get scared. I think a large part of it has to do with embarrassment. This is why I think it's very important to talk about these things in the open, especially with crypto. We need to understand, and I guess in an essence also normalize, that we are in a very fragile, very volatile, very insanely weird market. Heed my warning. Cryptocurrency has cycles, and during those cycles, prices may rise exponentially to the point where you're like, yeah, I'm rich, but there is a downside, and the downside is about 95%. These have happened before. I think nothing on this scale, however. People have sued. There were, I think, 3 lawsuits against Ripple alone, because these people, for some reason, believed that they could get millions and billions of dollars from Ripple for selling an unregistered security. Part of the problem being is that no one even knew what an unregistered security was. They simply filed it in the actual lawsuit. This, I think, was also going to be a thing. This is why we saw the guy who created Litecoin sell off all of his coins, I think in 2017 or 2018, because he said, every time I say something on Twitter, the price rises. He says, I want you to be in Litecoin because Litecoin is amazing, because Litecoin can do this, and Litecoin is a so-and-so, and Litecoin can blah, blah, blah. He said, but every time I wake up and I'm having a bad day and I write a tweet, the price falls. If I wake up and I'm having a good day and I'm talking about some new upgrade that I'm really excited about, the price rises. I assume someone behind the scenes also told him, hey, bro, you're looking like a security. So this is why he sold off his position in the actual thing. Elon Musk, however, now I'm going to play the devil's avocado because while I think he's a megalomaniac, I don't explicitly believe that he was trying to do it. I don't know. I don't know what's in this man's head. I can't speak for or against him. I feel like he was trying to do it just to boost his popularity. And I think the idea of him figuring out a way to be able to get more people on his side or to cheer for him, or realizing that Dogecoin is kind of this underdog coin, just seemed like a good way to do it. But remember when I told you before, for those of you who weren't here, I know I say that a lot, but the history of the crypto space is important every single day. Back years ago when Justin Sun, everything this man said on Twitter was about how amazing Tron was. I don't follow him or look, so I have no idea what he's doing now. But everything he said was Tron's amazing. Tron is awesome. Tron's going to go up in price. Tron's going to do this. Tron's going to so-and-so. Tron's going to blah, blah, blah. Tron's going to da-blah-blah. It was always about price. It was always about money. Everything he said would pump the coin. Every single tweet. Hey, Tron's looking into a new partnership. The coin would rise by about a good 12%. I don't know if Elon Musk knew about all these things. Assuredly he did. You do not have billions of dollars without having legal teams behind you telling you what you can and cannot essentially say on social media. That's simply just how it actually works. Because they know that if you say the wrong thing on social media, you can get into trouble. So, do I think this is legitimate? $86 billion is an enormous amount of money. I don't even think Elon Musk, does he have that much money? I have no idea how much his net worth is allegedly meant to be. But I feel like the person filing did not lose $86 billion. It would have made a bit more sense if they had lost like $24 million in the process and were simply trying to recoup that amount of money back. But this entire like lawsuit culture that is literally mainly just in the United States is incredibly toxic, but it's just how the country actually works. So yeah, this of course, oh gosh, the number's real, $258 billion. Yeah, this news is the most popular news story of the day. If you look at it from a realistic standpoint, his tweets did pump the price of Dogecoin. Was he doing it in a malicious manner? Probably not. Did he do something that probably the SEC should have been looking at from the get-go? Listen, if the SEC would have gone after the person who did X, Y, and Z, who talked about a coin once or twice and therefore that coin's a security, you know, it's Elon Musk. He has millions of people who are listening to him at all times, but I would be shocked if this actually ends up going through it anyway. Of course, this just happened, so we will be hearing about this for the next couple of months because that's just how it all goes. But I don't have really much more to say. It's more of a, you know, even recently, there were a lot of news reports. I don't have Elon Musk in the news quite often because I don't. And there were a lot of things where I think even the last couple of months, he was writing things about Dogecoin. And the price was rising maybe 1% and was kind of falling back down. There were all these articles like, did he lose his magic when it came to pumping the price? A lot of people in other articles are quoting things that he said on Saturday Night Live, talking about that Dogecoin is a hustle and how it's just there to make money and all these other things that he allegedly said. So we'll see what happens, but, you know, it's definitely news. And without further ado, let's move on. I'm not sure why this was news, but this was also incredibly popular, and I'm like, sure, why not? The rock band Kiss, their lead singer, Gene Simmons, has revealed that he owns 14 cryptocurrencies and has not sold any crypto since the market downturn. Cool. Gene Simmons has reaffirmed that he is a hodler and has not sold any of his 14 cryptocurrencies since the market downturn. Simmons is an Israeli-born American musician, singer, songwriter, actor, and producer. He was the frontman, bassist, and co-lead singer of Kiss, The rock band he co-founded. Cool. According to IMDb, he has appeared in films and TV 121 times. Wow. He tweeted on Wednesday that he is a hodler, adding, "I have not sold a single position since the downturn. I believe in the future, the near future." In the following up tweet, he said he owns Litecoin and 13 other cryptos. And here's the tweet for it right there. While Simmons did not reveal on Wednesday exactly what he owns, he said in February of last year, yeah, I'm sure you remember that one. He said he owns Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ether, Dogecoin, XRP, and Cardano. Why this was news, I don't know. There's a really weird mist rolling in through the cryptocurrency space where for some reason every day a new rich person is being asked, do you still hold onto your crypto, sir? Should we be selling ours as you are richer than us? Should I be following the rich person trend? And it's just literally news of these rich people saying, no, I am not selling. I am actually buying, or I am still holding, and I still have all of my coins. Why this was incredibly popular news, I do not know. But it was. So yeah, the news is Gene Simmons, the former leader of the band Kiss, I almost said rock, announced last year that he's into crypto. That was also like a really weird day for me because it's like him and Hannibal. Hannibal also, what's the guy's name? Sir Anthony Hopkins. Got it. Nailed it. Also announced a couple of days ago, for those of you who didn't see that he also is into Ethereum. His name on Twitter is, I think, ahopkins.eth. And apparently there's like videos of him online sitting at a computer trying to buy NFTs. So I'm just constantly surprised by who's actually in the space. Why Gene felt the need to write it down, I am a hodler, I'm not really sure. Somebody must have told him something on Twitter that rubbed him the wrong way. But yeah, in case you were wondering, Gene Simmons still has all of his crypto and has not sold, because that's I told you the news was going to get weird. I told all of you, nobody believed me. Alrighty. Let's move on. Also in the news that people were cheering about for some reason, don't cheer about this. United States Securities and Exchange Commission Commissioner. Her name is Hester Pierce. Spoke Tuesday at a conference hosted by the Conservative Liberation Federalist Society. That's a long title. Titled Regulating the New Crypto Ecosystem. Necessary Regulation or Crippling Future Innovation. What a weird title. Her lengthy remarks, over 4,000 words in the prepared version, which was augmented what? As she presented it. Who wrote this article? Contains some of the bluntest criticisms of SEC policy she has made yet. Pierce characterized the SEC's attitude towards the crypto market as a refusal to engage, and suggested that the SEC's refusal so far to approve a spot-traded Bitcoin product showed the agency's determination to hold everything related to Bitcoin to a higher standard than other products it regulates. Pierce pointed to an exchange-traded product disapproval order issued last month as an example of the SEC's standard denial rationale, demanding a higher level of resistance to fraud and manipulation than those to which traditional markets are held. It is difficult to see how approval can be gained, Pierce said, and the agency's position becomes more entrenched with every disapproval. Pierce added, why does it matter? Investors might prefer a spot Bitcoin ETP to other options, and we ought to care about what investors want, end quote. Here's why I said you shouldn't care. Now, this is me. I've followed the news of the SEC quite oftenly. Not what I wanted to say, but you get it. Because it's always in the news as to what they're doing and exactly what's going on. Hear me out here. Hester Pierce is the commissioner of the entire US SEC. I feel like wouldn't she have more power to actually push one of these through? Is there like a vote that happens amongst SEC members or something like that to get these things approved and or denied? Hester Pierce has been the only advocate from the US SEC regarding the approval of a physical Bitcoin ETF. But it's been about 4 years and nothing she said has actually come to fruition as far as, hey, we need to have one of these approved, or hey, the SEC should be going to do so. This is not the first time that she's come forward stating something like this. A lot of people were throwing this article around yesterday as like a really big, wow, look, she's on our side. She's always kind of been there, but I don't know exactly how weighty her response actually is. Like, is it me going up to a podium and saying the SEC should approve this because the SEC does stuff? Like, what's her saying that this should happen doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. It's apparent at this point, at least to me, that something really crazy or weird is happening behind the scenes, because people have done metrics as well to see gold, silver, palladium, this company, that ETF, that ETP, that ETN, this and so and so and so and the fourth are all held to X standard. For some reason, Bitcoin is X, Y, and Z, 1, 2, and 3, and A, B, and C, and no one can really figure out why. This is why I said before, like, who polices the police? Who goes forward to look to see if what the SEC is doing is even actually legal? Because it's blatantly clear at this point that whatever they're doing is funded by some dirty money in the back. I said it because this is, it's been way too long at this point. And I even feel like when people from within your own camp come out to talk about you, it's because they're saying what they can say and they can't say certain other things that would let us know exactly what's going on. Once again, why does every other country have a Bitcoin ETF except for the United States? Why does the news come down to like manipulation of a market when we know that gold and silver are definitely also manipulated? They should also then not have ETFs, ETNs, or ETPs. If you get a chance, you can find a news article, was it 2011, 2012? Somewhere around there, where someone actually, multiple people came forward and said that JP Morgan was allegedly manipulating the prices of precious metals. And then other people from other banks came forward and they were like, yeah, we know exactly what all the banks are doing, and they're doing it to lower the prices so they can accumulate more of it. This was in the long ago. And I think a lot of them even won those cases because they had actual critical evidence, and they were like, yeah, they definitely are manipulating prices. So we know that those markets are hyper manipulated. I think at this point, every single market kind of is. But yeah, so the news is, as it were, bringing it on back. Hester Pierce basically came out in support of a Bitcoin ETF, as she's done many other times before. I'm going to say it. If she can't get it put through, who actually cares? That's kind of the rundown of it. It's cool to have someone on our side, but if the thing that they work for, they can't get to actually work or function, what do the words or what do the conversations actually mean? We are a couple of weeks away at this point from Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF actually being approved or denied. I think we are going to see fireworks. Because remember we heard, it was 3 weeks ago, that they have basically lawyered up. They have tons of extra legal counsel behind Grayscale now in anticipation of a denial. And there was something even 2 days ago, which I didn't add into a video. I think they even got more legal support from some, who did they hire? They hired, I think a bunch of former SEC people. And they're really after all of this, if Grayscale's ETF gets denied, I think that's kind of it for the SEC. And I don't mean that in a revolution kind of way. No, I mean they have no idea what's coming because there's billions of dollars behind the scenes waiting to get into this market. And the gatekeeper is someone standing at a door that's as thin as a Bible page, and everybody wants to get through it. So, yeah, I mean, thank you, Mrs. Pierce, for what you've done or for what you've said, at least telling the truth over the last couple of years about the SEC and that they should be pushing all these things forward. However, there was also something that lines up exactly with the entire thing. The SEC lawsuit against Ripple. Apparently, I think the first couple of weeks that was announced, I was reading that apparently the SEC was hounded by tens of thousands of emails and comments and people writing them on Twitter and every other place where they were, basically dogging them. If you don't understand that term, it's kind of like throwing them down into the mud over and over. And imagine standing up and someone pushes you back into the mud for weeks. And apparently they didn't expect it. They thought that people in the cryptocurrency industry would back their decision to declare that they thought that so and so, the XRP, was a security, not realizing that the people who support Ripple and XRP are intense, the same as every other coin. And then also a lot of other people realized, like I told you, if the SEC wins that suit and XRP is declared a security, every other coin, yes, even the ones that you hold, are also going to be declared securities, and the SEC will have jurisdiction over them. So once again, I'm actually expecting fireworks, and I think it's going to get a little intense for the next couple of years for the SEC. Yeah, that's the SEC Hester Pierce news. And let's move on. Why do I always forget this? I don't know how. I mean, it's been years at this point. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. GBU Wally, Bubble Mode, How's Life Austin, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on. Empire Queen, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin Ben Arachno, Dave Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Captain Something in the Z-Way, Lay, Mo Barazi, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolet, ooh, sorry, geez Louise, Lauren De Silver, Quoted Biddy, Troy Allgood, Space Case Need a Miracle, Pat Ternosto, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High XRP, Martin Steuer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D3D, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Paxesnik Man, Gialavori, Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Anytime Fitness, Monks Corner Staff, Bodie McBoatface, Yes to Crypto, Crayola Michelle, URL, On Crypto with Lionel, Tigura Macho Nisa, and Bake Me a Cake. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who left a like, everyone who left a comment, everyone who left a second comment, everyone who is still here watching the video. Thank you very, very much for your continued support. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently at $20,896 US dollars. It is down by 30% in the last 7 days. Fun, right? Ethereum is down by 6.2%. It is at $1,100. Binance coin is down by 2. Are there any major losses or any coin actually going up? Polkadot is down by 9. Avalanche is down by 7. Polygon is down by 6%. Uniswap is down by 7. I'm looking for double-digit losses. Cosmos is almost there. Okay, Flow Network is down by 11. Anything else crazy? Nope, I don't see anything. Yeah. Well, despite what the screen might show, I do hope that you all have a great day. I do hope that you all have a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are. Wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.